Okay, so I am back. I am back. I am back. I'm in back. So, um, what am I trying to say? Because I'm all messed up right now. Oh, I know. Hold on. First, let me roll the window down. I'm in my car. Months ago, I was talking about a comment that someone left on my one of my previous live streams that said that a woman should feel bad basically for dating someone who is inside of a marriage or a relationship because they are helping desecrate a relationship. And I'm thinking to myself, why do all of these women illogically think that um, a mistress or a side chick is just coming along, um, home wrecking, like destroying a happy home? What women need to think logically about is that home was so happy and so good and was such a, an amazing relationship, it couldn't be destroyed, it couldn't be desecrated, because it's not, it's good, once a man cheats on a woman and has considered this and put this action into motion, he has done the relationship himself. There's nothing that a woman can do after that to assist in the desecration, okay? Like, it's already there. And it's all, the damage has already been done when he participates. And as a woman, are you logically going to blame the weapon that helps a person commit the crime? No, you're going to punish the person that commits the crime instead of, the weapon. You can't punish a weapon, and people try to. People want karma to punish the weapon, which is the side chick or the mistress. But, usually side chicks and mistresses are walking around single and not really, um, harming their own situation. Usually, when they get into these relationships with these men, it's because of something beneficial. It's coming out of it. A lot of times, it's not a lot of mistresses walking around getting inside of these situations that are worse for them than they're already in. A lot of times they get in these situations because it's the path of least resistance. It isn't because it's worse for them. It's actually a better situation for a lot of the women that get involved because they're already at a low point. A lot of times, these men are saving them from something. No mistress is going to be a part of any type of relationship that isn't beneficial for her or helping her be better in some type of way. And so when people think, you know, mistresses are ruining their own lives when they do participate and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10 their situation is already bad. They're in a situation with a married man to begin with because where they were previously was bad, and they're using that specific experience to help them get out of this situation. So everybody involved is going through something, and a lot of people feel like, why should I have sympathy for the mistress? You shouldn't. I'm not saying you should have sympathy for a mistress or a side chick. I'm just telling you to be logical when you're dealing with a situation where, if you are a girlfriend or a wife and you see your husband cheating, and uh, he's angry at you for something. A lot of times men get angry and blame their wives and girlfriends for why they're doing what they're doing. Well, really, it's just them. It's them. It's what they're going through. And as we're sitting here, we're talking about whose fault it is for why the cheating or the infidelity is happening. And to begin with, it's usually because there's something going on with this man, and it's something that he's experiencing. And women need to start logically realizing that and stop letting these men get away with all of these horrible things that they do. And meanwhile, two women sitting here like two chicken heads fighting each other, looking ridiculous. Like, and I'm seeing too many women just sitting here like looking ridiculous, just arguing with each other over some man. I'm not the type of person that's going to sit here and argue over a man. I never have. And I remember when I was dealing with my last situation and having to sit here and deal with his ex or his wife or whoever she was, automatically she was automatically assuming that my issue was her with her had to do with something he did, because I was already uh, pissed, at him. So she was thinking oh, because he chose her, I must be mad at her because he chose her over me. When there was no jealousy factor there, it was more of, homegirl, I'm mad at you about some shit that you did, like some shit that you don't lie to me about. You sat there and befriended me and did all of this extra stuff that you could have went without. Like if you knew you were still in love, you knew you wanted to be with this person, why didn't you just say that to me out of the many conversations that we have had, which she had never done. So we had our own situation going on that had us like really upset with each other, or that had me upset with her. But she was under the impression that I must be upset with her because he chose her. And I'm like, that's farthest from the truth. Like, that's not even on my mind. Like, I don't even care about that. I'm more concerned about, what you've done. I'm you for what you did, not blaming you for what he did. Like, no, that's not logical. And so when I'm dealing with other women, a lot of the time they feel like, someone else desecrated their relationship or harmed their relationship. But if your relationship was so good, it would never get to the point to where it's that bad, to where the person that you're in a relationship with has decided to step outside of your situation and lie to you. Because you gotta lie to your partner to even be able to cheat on them. You have to lie to them. There's no going around it. You have to lie to your partner in order for you to cheat. Because the time you're out there spending with this woman or this man, you're out here frolicking and having sex and having a good time, your partner is thinking you're somewhere else. So you have to lie. What will make you want to betray your partner in that way? Because see, when you're dealing with a thief, you know they're going to steal. You deal with a murderer, you know they're going to murder. Liar, a liar, you don't know what a liar going to do because they're always lying. You're never certain about what a liar is going to do. That's why I don't like when people lie. People lie so much. And liars always swear up and down that every other person in the world is a liar. For me, I know it's some honest people out here in this world. I've met some. I appreciate it. Let me tell you something. That honesty is like refreshing. All right, I love it because it's like, thank you for telling me that. I needed to know that. That's why when you're dealing with, anytime I've dealt with. Let me rewind. Anytime I've dealt with a situation where I was in a relationship with a man and I caught him cheating and I ended up talking to the girl, my thing was this. You could be lying to me as well. I'm not going to sit here and say, because I can't trust my man, I should go ahead and put all my trust in this mistress. It's more of, or this side chick. It's more of, okay, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to be able to sit down and calculate in my mind, how many times did this man lie to me? Because he had to have lied to me to some degree. Like, he may have told me he was out with his homies playing basketball when really he was out having breakfast with you. And if we sit down and we have a conversation about what's really going on, and if you got some proof or receipts, honey, give them to me. Give them to me so I can know how to get in his shit. I'm not about to be sitting up in here getting in no other woman shit. I ain't got time. Listen, we ain't about to be two chicken heads fighting over some dumbass who done decided to lie to both of us. Okay, that's just stupid or too mean. Shit, he only got to lie to one of us for me to be like, let me get in his shit. So, if your husband or boyfriend is cheating, you need to confront him, not the other woman. Yes, you need to confront your man. And it's too many women out here confronting these women because they feel like, oh, if the woman knows, there's some type of woman code that we're supposed to protect each other. Oh, so the woman code between you and I is way more strong than the code that you and your man supposed to share. Really? That's logical to you? Like, women are just taking out how they feel. It's out of jealousy. It's out of being hurt. It's a woman looking at another woman like, what does this other woman have that I don't? What is she doing that's so different from what I'm doing? Why is he choosing to do this to her or do this to me? That's what women are thinking. So immediately, if you're thinking emotionally and not logically, your knee-jerk reaction is going to be to get mad at this woman and blame her for desecrating your marriage or your relationship. Or, you can't really blame these women for what these men are going out here doing. These men are doing this. These men are not being coerced or persuaded. I remember when I first got pregnant with my son. I remember my son's father's sister said to me, how could let this go this far? You knew the situation with him. How could you have let this go this far? And I'm thinking to myself, this bitch has no idea. Bitch has no idea what's going on. She was like, my brother was raised right, and he's a devoted husband. And I'm thinking, the same woman who has met me over and over again, she knows who I am. I've been around his family. This man is not some devoted married man. He is separated so far from this quote unquote marriage that was terrible for 14 years. And you're going to sit here and say, how did I let this happen? Not holding your brother accountable at all for anything. How did I I was like, this bird brain bitch. Like, I was like, women do not be thinking logically. When they just mad, they just mad. They just think from an emotional place. They don't think here. They don't think here because what you saying don't make any sense. Like, no woman is going to coerce no grown man into doing anything. These men are not children. And that's what happens with women. These women treat men like they're half-witted or they're children. No, they're just as, intelligent and smart as we are. I mean, sometimes they do dumb things because they're a little delayed. But women, we do dumb things too when we're thinking with our emotions. So both sexes have these issues, um, with each other. But I just want to see people stop claiming someone else desecrated their relationship when their relationship was already doomed. Like, for instance, Khloe Kardashian. I know y'all seen this, where she was like screaming. She was like, liar! When she was talking about Jordan, liar! She was talking about how Jordan Woods ruined her family. She blamed Jordan Woods for ruining her family because Jordan Woods was the only person that was in close proximity of the situation. Because think about this, Tristan Thompson had been cheating on Khloe. There was literally footage, pictures, all types of stuff of Tristan out here sleeping with a whole bunch of women, right? We all seen it. Khloe seen it. We seen it. Everybody seen it. But the second she thought that there was a possibility that Tristan had kissed Jordan and they didn't really have sex or anything, quote unquote, but the fact that Jordan was like an easy target because she was just right there. She was just in close proximity. She was the only one that Khloe had built some type of rapport with. I'm supposing. But by the time I'm supposing, I'm assuming. I'm assuming is what I'm going to say. But um, he had cheated on her plenty of times before, and I didn't see her have like this social media outrage then. Like, did she even say anything on social media when he was caught on film kissing girls that knew he had a girlfriend and all of this extra stuff, right? See, she didn't even feel some type of way. But then by the time Tristan and Jordan Woods had went through their little situation, Khloe's like, Jordan ruined my family? No, no, your situation was desecrated long before Jordan came around, long before the other side chicks came around. It was already rocky before then. So I just don't understand why she would even feel that way. Pro athletes are known to be promiscuous. I don't understand why she was so mad. Exactly. I mean, even listen, as a celebrity or even as a regular person, I'm a regular person. I know if I was to date and right, let's say I dated an athlete, I would automatically know that he would be promiscuous. That was actually Michael Jordan's first wife's problem. That's why she didn't want to marry him initially. She figured he was an athlete. He was sleeping around with a whole bunch of women. She didn't want to marry him. He had to literally convince her to do it because she was convinced he was going to go around and do all of this cheating. We've seen men do it. I think the only basketball player that has not cheated on his wife that we know of is probably LeBron James. Like, have we ever heard of LeBron James, like, cheating? We've never heard of LeBron James cheating scandal. Have we? Or did I miss it? Because I haven't seen that. I've seen Kobe Bryant's. I've seen Shaq's. Shaq, Kobe Bryant, um, Carmelo Anthony. We've seen, like, mostly because athletes are around a lot more women. They have access to a lot more women. D Wade, right? Steph Curry hasn't cheated. That's true. Steph Curry and LeBron James. They're the only two athletes out of all the athletes that I've heard about in the in the NBA or in the NFL, who were good husbands. Um, let's see. Oh, Russell Wilson. So that's three. We almost we got three. Okay. Think about how many athletes have been in. Think about how many athletes there are, and we only sitting here with three. Come on, man. Like that's like yo. It's rare that an athlete or any person inside of the entertainment industry doesn't sleep around because an average person, right, is walking around here. They barely meet as many people as people inside of the entertainment industry do. People inside of the entertainment industry travel around the world. Athletes, rappers, singers travel all around the world. So they're meeting way more people. So they're more likely to be a lot more promiscuous. They're having a lot more sexual experiences. They're having a lot more experiences in general versus the average person that's walking around here just working as a cashier at the grocery store. It's a completely different type of person. And while we're regular people looking at someone else's lifestyle, like, damn, they've been in a whole bunch of relationships. If you compare that person to another person who is inside of the entertainment industry, and you say, well, damn, that person's only had like 5 relationships versus this person who's had like 55. You know what I'm saying? But they're both inside of the entertainment industry. Yo, 5 relationships is nothing in comparison to someone who's been in the entertainment industry. But if a regular person just walking around the street, they're like, yo, she's been married 5 times. Like, for example, Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez has been married how many times? She's like, I'm surprised that that athlete she's with now. Like, we be hearing rumors about him too, right? He a baseball player. Supposedly there's rumors that he's cheating on Jennifer Lopez, right? I've heard that rumor. I doubt if that's accurate. And so anyway, I'm surprised he would even consider marrying her after she's had all of these marriages. Like, think about it. Remember they used to call her J Ho, not J Lo, J Ho, because she was sleeping around with so many people. Like people forget that. But J Lo is her own. J Lo does her own thing. You know what I'm saying? She don't care. People think she a hoe. She don't give a shit about that. She does what she wants to do. You know, and I can respect that about any woman. Honestly, she just go around and she just do her thing. You know what I'm saying? She don't care. She does not care. Chloe was rumored to have stole French Montana from Trina. Okay, so with Chloe, French Montana, and Trina is Trina and French Montana was living together, and hey, they had like this open relationship arrangement. Apparently, they weren't like in this monogamous thing, but they were living together, and they were like, they had like this situation. They had this understanding with. Now, whether they had an open relationship or understanding with each other is neither here nor there. The point is, Chloe and Trina were friends, right? So if my friend came to me and she was dating a guy and they was living together, I would just automatically be like, he's off limits because she's my friend. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's definitely off limits. Like, I can't, I would not do that. This is my friend. So that's where Chloe's wrong with that, because her and Trina were friends. Now had they just been, just two people in passing, they don't really know each other like that. I wouldn't blame Chloe, because see, here's my thing. As someone's friend, you have a responsibility for your friends. You supposed to. That's why you're friends. You see what I'm saying? You're friends. You're relatives. You're cool with each other because you've decided to have this agreement to take care of each other, nurture each other. You're not supposed to be stealing each other, man, or sleeping with such and such. That's not. That's crazy. Friends, a lot of the time, secretly want to be with their friend's mate. That's very true. That is very true. Because a lot of people get jealous when they see their somebody they've been friends with have like this relationship with another person, and they themselves don't have a relationship, or they just see their friend spending more time with that person than their friend is spending with them. So a lot of times they just want to get in the middle of a situation. I mean, exes have done this. I've had two of my exes just completely try to destroy me and my happiness. They were seeing me happy in videos and happy on social media, and I was like in this relationship where everything was all good, and we was all in love and junk. And two of my exes just decided, hey, because I used to like you and things didn't work out, I'm going to use my jealousy as a tool to try to harm your stuff. So I'm going to tell this rumor and tell that rumor and spread this and then reach out to your person. It's just like people be doing so much, and instead of justifying or take instead of taking accountability for the choices that they make, they try to justify their behavior and blame another person for being the catalyst for why they chose to make that decision. At the end of the day, for me, anything that I do is something that I really just chose to do. At the end of the day, it was still my decision. I didn't have to, respond, or I didn't have to like do whatever I did. It's just a choice that I decided to make after seeing something or observing something. It's never someone else's fault, the things that I do, because no one controls me. I do me. You know what I mean? I do what I want to do. And if I don't want to do it, I just don't do it. And if I do want to do it, I have my reasoning behind it, but there's still no one to blame but me. So I take accountability for everything that I do. I'm never that person who just blames someone else for something. Um, I think that a lot of people in this world do that, and that's why it like sets me apart. I'm kind of set apart. I feel like I'm just very different from other people. I do things very, very differently, and I think very, very logically. And I definitely don't like the mob mentality that people have on social media nowadays. Like, it's very difficult for me to be on social media sometimes, because I'm sometimes looking at these statuses like, oh my god, like I can't believe this person posted this or said this, because when they post for some type of validation behind, like they'll post it and ask people what they think because they want to be sure that they're right. Like, I've done it. I've asked people like, am I haven't posted like that, but I've definitely been like talking to someone, and I've been like, yo, tell me if I'm wrong or tell me if I'm right, just to see. I might want a little validation for why I made a decision, or why I said what I said, or why I think what I think. Because when a lot of people agree with what you say, it feels like what you're saying is the truth, or it has some validity to what you're saying. And I notice that a lot of people take pride in everyone following them. We're living in an era where everybody enjoys everybody following them. They want everyone to agree with everything they say. They want a cult of people following behind them, drinking the damn Kool-Aid. And for me, I'm not pressed. I'm not here to try to get everybody to believe what I believe, or hate who I hate, or love who I love. Those are my choices for me. That's my life, and it's for me. It's not for everyone. It's for Soncerae. So what I choose and what I think, of course, I can share it with you, and we can sit down and have dialogue about it. But I'm not gonna pressure you to believe what I believe. Um, I'm going to try to share some knowledge and some logic, but if that doesn't work, power. So I think I have to cut off my last string. Until next time, peeps. Until next time. Bye.